Hello, welcome to Digitalsoftecs. In this session, we're going to explore the Python variables, and on these variables, we will explore the Python data types. So let's talk about what are the data types and what are the variables. So variables are containers; they just store value, and the value might be the integer, the string, or boolean. So they call the data types. So different data types are used for different purposes. So why we use these data types or variables? So if we talk about the software system, so software are made of two things: the data members and the member functions. So these member functions work on these data types, and they display the output, and they work for different operations. If we consider a bank management system, so the bank management system can create your account, and your name will be the string data type, and they use integer for your ID number, and they use integer for your the bank account number. So that is why different data types are created for different purposes. That is why according to the use we use a different data types. So in this session we're going to explore the Python variables or data types. So Python data types are really very important. This is because when we declaring or just creating variables in normal programming, we specify that it is integer p is equal to 12. So we specify this thing, but as you can see on the screen, there's an error when I specify that p is integer data type. In Python, when we declare or create the variable, so we will be not specifying their type. So when we assign the value, so this value is an integer, so that is why p become integer. So the data type is specified based on this value definition. So this is the way how you can create the Python data type. So let's create another variable, which is the string. Example name is equal to Bob, and the ID, which is 2.5. So let's print this value p, and similarly the name we're going to print, and we are going to print the ID of this. So let's execute this program. So you will see on the screen 12 is integer data type, Bob, and 2.5 is a float. So the data types are specified with the help of these values. So in Python the things are very different, and things are very easy. So in normal programming or in other languages, we specify that it is integer, this is bool, this is float, while in Python you just value assign the value to them, so they will specify according to the value you have assigned. So this is the way how you can create variables. So let's specify their types. So I will use the type function here. Type, simply write type, the brackets, and the p. So it will show to me that which type of variable I had created. Again the type, again the variable name, and the third and the last one, which is, so Python gives us the very simple way to print out these things, their data types. So number first one is an integer, number second one is a string, and the third one is a float. So with the help of type function you can be execute the value type, that which type, because we did not specify their values, we just assign, and for this assignation they got the type of variable. So this is the way how you can get the type of variable, and this is the way how you can create variables. So let's move towards to the different simple operations, that how I can be able to convert these value. So that's called the variables or data type conversion. So in normal programming we can convert value. So let's convert the p value to the float. So I will assign another value, which is m is equal to the So I am assigned that p, I convert the p to the float. So let me float, and I will specify the p. Similarly, I can convert the id into the integer. So let me create another variable, w is equal to int, and I will just write the id. Let me comment out these things so it will not be executed. So let's execute this value, which is m. So the value of m and the value of id will be converted. So as you can see on the screen that that we have the p. So p is here, I can use converted the p into in a float value and the id into integer value. So let me check the id is also why the id is not converted into my float. Let me check these things, which is id is equal to 2.5, same as the id we have used. Let me comment out this thing, 2.5. So we have a little bit issue regarding this. I have write the id, so let me execute. So now you can see that id is 2.5 and it is converted into an integer. So this is the way how you can convert among the conversion among the different data types. So let's explore the case sensitivity of Python. I will assign 4 and let me just give you the case sensitivity. So print a and print the capital A. So you will see on my screen that, let me comment out these things. So as you can see, this is the result of the previous. We have 44 and we have 100. So why this thing? So in Python you can see that these things are different because this case sensitivity, small a is totally different and capital A is totally different. So this is the way that how you can create the different data types. We have just explained about the three amongst them. We have how to print these value, how we can get the type of these value, and how we can convert conversion. So you can convert other data types with the help of this method. So we have defined the methods here. So this is the simple introduction towards the Python data types. If you feeling any difficulty, write your comment, your query in the